to them. The all-seeing guys. The all-seeing guys. It's great to chill. The all-seeing guys. The all-seeing guys. Great to chill.
Hello, welcome to episode 191 of the All-Seeing Guys podcast with me, Greg, and of course I'm joined always over the Skype ways by
Obviously, Joe Jackson.
obviously Joe Jackson. We know this by now. Come on, play the game.
Come
people. How are you, obviously, Joe Jackson?
Oh well, obviously I'm brilliant.
How was your time
It
away?
was good. No, I had a fantastic time actually.
I'm sure everyone's on the edge of their seats with the, wanting to know how it got
Joe
on.
left the house.
Yeah.
No, it was a really nice time actually. I went
Good.
to a place called Coverack, which was like the second most southern point in England. So it was quite far
second,
down.
nice.
It was near what's called the Lizard in Cornwall. It was that kind of sort of southern Cornwall. It was really, really nice. Really small, like harbour town. Had like a pub and a fish and chip shop, and then like a convenience shop, and not much else.
Perfect setup for a some sort of action movie adventure to happen in an unsuspecting, quiet little southern area of
Mate,
the-
because I was like, we were
England.
like right on like the edge, and so there was just like water. Obviously.
the world is flat.
So there was just like nothing but water, and every now and again, like obviously the tide was only out for about 3 hours.
Wow.
So it was a real sort of small amount of time. Like we went to the beach like on the first day, and we're kind of just sort of like having a look around. It was just nice being on a beach. Haven't been on a beach in fucking ages.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
And it was just really cool and calm, and everyone was really fucking chill. It's one of those sort of towns where you like, it wasn't even a town, it was a village, like where you just sort of walk past whoever you walk past, you say morning, because it's like
Morning, yeah. Even though it's the afternoon.
yeah. It's just, it was but yeah, no, the beach was really cool. We were sort of like walking on the beach, and there was all these like sort of little sort of trails of sand, like little lines of sand.
Oh, right.
And Becca was just like, "Oh yeah, no, that's when like crabs bury themselves in the sand and then push that sand out." And
Nice.
then whilst we were dicking around making like sand, like not sand castles, but you know when like the sand's wet and you can sort of like make it stack.
Yeah,
we were
yeah,
doing that, and then one of them just happened right in front of us, and I was like, "Fuck! If we keep fucking around with this sand, someone's gonna touch a crab." And I don't want to touch a crab. Like,
I don't want to touch a crab.
yeah, there was just like you.
I ain't touching no
You had
crab.
to like walk along like a really sort of like cool walkway leading to like not a cliff, but like it was like a small hike, and there was just some like ponies there. Just like it was just like it was great, and they was just sort of like stopped and was like, "Who the fuck are you? Like,
Who's these?
who the fuck is this?"
I can smell that London on him.
But no, it was cool, man. It was it was a really cool stay. I had a great view, cracking view of the
Cracking
sunrise in the morning. It was belting.
Ooh, lovely.
And yeah, it was just nice to sort of like chill out and just not really do a lot for a few days.
How was the journey back? All right. Or long?
Journey there was fucking ugh. The journey
Yeah.
there was such bullshit. So like I booked a ticket like a month in advance, right? So I got like a reserved seat.
Yeah.
On the day I was really just like, oh mate, there's like I was checking and seeing like traffic, and I was just like, I've got to fucking get there because I have to get a specific train. Like my ticket is for a particular train, so I was like,
Of course,
planned
yeah.
everything out. I was like, yeah, I'm golden, I'm sweet. I got to Staines all right. There was some aggro at Staines, which was really good. That I really enjoyed. These fucking 3 lads got off the train and were just asking the ticket inspector to let them through, and she was like, "Well, have you got a ticket?" And he's just like, "Oh, what do you want me ticket for?" And it's just like, because that's how the trains work. Like that.
Yeah, that's how you get
So
through.
clearly, all 3 of them didn't have tickets. One of them's on
yeah,
one of them's on a mountain bike, and two of them's on a on scooters. So they just barged through like the disabled fucking gate, leaving like the lad on the mountain bike on his own. And then all of a sudden, this fucking brick shithouse of a man just comes over, leans down towards the kid on the bike, and is just like, "Fuck off and buy a fucking ticket." And he's just like, oh, like God. So that was always. And then like on the other side of the platform, someone was screaming and shouting. Like I think I text you. I think I text you when.
Yeah,
when
you
this was
did.
happening.
Yeah.
But like, so it's like the college train. It's like the Staines go through Egham, which is,
Right.
I think is Strode's College.
Right.
So fucking just students everywhere, and then all of a sudden I just hear this like screaming coming from like the entrance, and it's like big, it's fucking loud. Like everyone's like, people are like walking over to see what's going on. It's like he's really like, "Oh, you fucking bet." Like the only thing I can hear him say is "fuck." Like every other thing is just not coherent. So I'm standing near like a staff door, and it just suddenly swings open, and this guy comes out. And he gets to the end, looks round the corner, and just goes, "Oh, fucking again," and just walks into it. And it's just like, oh, this is an occurring theme. Okay, cool.
Every time.
So yeah, got there all fine, and got like, I was waiting in Reading for my train, and that turned up, and there'd been train strikes at the weekend. So there was some like ongoing issues with that. So when my train pulled up, it is fucking rammed. My carriage is just chock full, and it's like, it's hard to get on because people are walking down, finding their seat and finding someone in it, and they're just like,
yeah.
"Yo, this is my seat," and he's just like, "I don't care."
Yeah,
It's
exactly,
like reservations had basically been cancelled, so it was just like, sit where you can, and it's just like, "Oh, that's fucking pointless, isn't it?" So like, I'm stuck in the hallway without a seat, and then like, it goes to the next stop, and this fucking mum gets on with her 4 kids and like 6 suitcases, and they all just cram into the hallway trying to like fucking sit down. And I just like, it's the first time that I've really felt like super anxious on fucking public transport. It was like building in me. I was just like, I could feel myself getting really tight, and I was just like, oh my God, like I just needed to get out of there. So I like burst through like first class and kept walking until I just found like a hallway of a carriage that was like empty, and just sat down on the floor, and I was just like, and then like a woman who was working for the train, because obviously it's a long journey, so they do like snacks and stuff. She like walked past me, was just like, "Have you got a seat?" And I was just like, "Yeah, no, I've got a ticket. Like, if you're concerned that I shouldn't be on this train." And she was just like, "No, but where's your seat?" And I was just like, "Oh yeah, no, that's been taken." And she was like, "Right, okay, well, if I see anything, I'll let you know." And then like, she comes back 5 minutes later, and she's just like, "Carriage D, first one on the right, you'll see it. Just take it." And I was like, "Amazing, thank you." So I was standing up for about 2.5 hours of my journey, but got to sit down for like the remaining 2.
Oh, okay. We can say for the remaining like 20 minutes, I got to sit down.
It was all right. It turned out all right. I had a nice little sleep. It was good.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
No, in general, it was really nice to get away. Good to see Becca. She's she's going to be travelling off to Vietnam. So it was just sort of like,
gotta go fight that war.
Someone should tell her that it is over. But yeah, no, it was cool, man. It was a nice trip. Thoroughly enjoyed it.
Excellent.
Did some it was great.
Did some
No, I was gonna say did some cooking, but I cooked once, and it's such a weird flex.
I cooked.
Well,
I suppose that is some cooking,
Yeah.
I guess, just even if it is once.
Did. Yeah, no, it was cool, man. Fucking lovely weather as well.
Nice, yeah.
Feel the difference. I could.
Yeah, unlike the last couple of days where it's just been
Fucking
insane
mate.
fucking
I
rain.
feel like that.
I've literally been caught driving in it both times on the motorway, and it's been terrifying.
I feel like we've been playing Jumanji and someone's landed on monsoon.
Yeah, crazy. It has been proper monsoons.
Fucking
hasn't it?
Sunbury's just puddles, mate. Like big old,
man,
like covering
everywhere
the
is.
entire fucking road, like.
Yeah, man. Driving in it was horrendous. I had to drive back in it on Friday. Couldn't see a thing. Had to drive in it this morning at like 6 in the morning when it's still dark. That was terrifying. And then it was quite nice until I had to drive home, and it happened again. I was just like, fuck. Literally, as soon as I got in my car and shut the door, it was like, here we go again.
It's been
Fucking
pretty
get this
constant.
fucker.
Pretty constant this morning.
Yeah, it was fucking pain in the ass. I think it's like most of the week, isn't it? Fucking shitty
Yeah,
fucking
probably.
rain like that.
Oh, we need
my
it though.
God.
We need it.
Well, we need it, do we?
I don't know,
Jesus.
do we? How are you, Greg?
I'm alright. I'm quite
So
unwell
yeah, you
today.
said you're a little bit under the weather.
Yeah, I felt pretty. Yesterday. I just put it down to being tired and a little bit hungover because I'd gone out Friday for Liz's brother's stag, not stag. Just basically like a few beers and a
Yeah.
curry in quite a fancy restaurant in Isha. It wasn't like your standard curry. It was all fancy, but it was nice. It was nice. And then I just last night started feeling really tired, really like hot and cold. Really didn't think I'd get through work today, but I did. I was all right. And then just been asleep pretty much since I got home. And now I'm like, couldn't get warm all day. Now I'm like really hot. So if you do hear some like noises outside and stuff, it's because I'm next to an open window because all of a sudden I'm really fucking hot. So now I've got the window open just to get some air in. So I'm just like, whew. But yeah, I don't feel very well at all. I'm a bit all out of sorts. I did bring a beer up to drink. I haven't opened it yet. I had some my beer 52 delivery this week.
Oh, okay.
So I've had different various lagers and IPAs. This one's a weird one, which I'm going to have on the podcast. It's salt and lime lager.
Huh.
Which
So it's the
I'm
two
kinda like, is that-
elements of
it's-
tequila.
Exactly, yes,
Okay.
the 2 elements of
Yeah.
tequila. Now, I can't tell you much more information because it's all in Chinese. I
Right.
think. But it's a cool cover. It's like a skull.
Yeah,
It looks
classic.
like it could be some
Classic,
sort of tequila.
classic cultural appropriation there, Greg.
Actually, hang on a minute. Isn't that a tequila? That name
Buenaveza?
sounds tequila-y, doesn't it? Let's find out.
Is
That's
it?
me opening
Is
said beer.
there anything on there that suggests there should be tequila in that? Is it a tequila beer? Have you got a tequila beer?
I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It's not that strong percentage.
Someone,
though. It's only a 4. It's only a 4.7%. One of them I've got downstairs was like 7 point something, 7.8, 7.9%.
I hear that so apparently tequila is supposed to be like a really good drink for like to not gain weight, and that's why like The Rock has like his own tequila. Because it's
Right.
like it's
But
not like
is that like instead of eating?
no, like if you're gonna drink like tequila's like
Oh
it's
right,
like,
instead of drinking like beer.
yeah,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Beer's
I mean,
terrible.
obviously, yeah, but then obviously like mixed drinks and stuff. So he just has like straight tequila, and sips it, which is all right, I guess.
Yeah, I remember doing that. We went out to that place with Jamie and the guys from the
Yeah.
Cox years ago, and we went to that Mexican restaurant, didn't we, with them? I don't know if we ate, but we were there while they were eating for sure.
We did, yeah.
And I remember me and Jamie ordered us a tequila, and it came in a shot glass. But he was like, "No, man, don't shot it, just sip it." And we sat there just sipping it. It was
I
quite
don't remember
nice.
that at all.
No, you were there. I don't think you had. I don't know if you were doing it, but I know me and Jamie were definitely sipping this tequila. We were there, and then afterwards they went and did their thing. We went and did ours.
Yeah, no, I do because then we met them afterwards, and they were all in a state.
They were completely in a
Yeah.
state, 100% in a state. Yeah.
Good times.
That's when Jack fell over on the train. On the
Jack
way
fell
home.
over multiple times that evening. He
Yeah,
also.
but I remember him flying on the
I
train.
know
though.
we've
Literally
mentioned
might have been in
it.
for
We've
two.
mentioned this before as well because there's that bit as well where Jamie just screamed at a random woman in Waterloo, and the police were like right next to him.
there. They were right there.
Oh
yeah.
god! And then there was the fashion show on the train. There was Jack falling over on the tube trying to take a selfie.
The fashion show being like you and Callum just
Callum
doing
made
weird
me
things
take
with
my top
t-shirts
off,
and walking up and
which
down.
I was horribly self-conscious about, and then made me put on his floral shirt. For some reason, we had to switch clothes for this. I don't know why. And then we got back to the pub, and then I think they really, really, really tried to get Jack to go to bed, and he just weren't having it. And then
he kept reappearing.
he kept
didn't
reappearing,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
that was the whole like he literally cleared an entire flight of stairs. Like you just saw this like flash of denim in the fucking doorway, and it was Jack falling down the stairs.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of
I
course.
thought
Yeah, he was
dead.
on the
I thought
stairs.
he was dead.
So yeah, that's pretty much me. Not much to update. Just feeling rough
Yeah.
today. Everyone from last episode when that literally the morning the episode came out, many people sent me links to articles and stuff about what that song we were talking about. The what's she gonna look like with a chimney? I got sent loads of articles, most of which led us to the chimney meaning a black eye.
Yeah.
But then Ashley sent me one, which actually was an interview with a member of the band, and I must say it does answer the question.
Sure. I mean, that's what we were hoping.
But it's not very exciting.
Well, I mean, it's a chimney. I mean, what at the end of the day. It's...
So this is from a member of the said band, which was the Tempest, whatever they're called. Contrary to popular belief, we actually weren't talking about a black eye, revealed group member Mario Flagetta. Mario Flagetta. That was just one of those crazy 90 rumours that gathered a lot of pace, like 2 Unlimited were killed in a plane crash, or Dr. Alban was an actual brain surgeon. There was no truth in it whatsoever. I didn't even know that Chimney was slang for a black eye. It originated in Northern Ireland, and despite half my family moving there to open chip shops, he likes bringing that up, doesn't he? We heard that mentioned in the last one, didn't we?
It was such a weird element of information to provide.
I've never been, continued Mr. Fagetta. When I penned those inspirational lyrics, giving yourself a bit of credit there, mate, I was literally just thinking what a girl would look like with an actual chimney on her. Unsurprisingly, she looked pretty fucking stupid with a chimney on her.
Obviously.
I'd imagine a woman with any sort of masonry fixture or roof feature on her would look pretty stupid, no matter how attractive she or the tradesman work is. So, but yeah, basically, I read a couple of these, and he kind of backpedals a little bit and tries to make it more of a dig at the fashion industry. But I think he's thought about that since writing the song. And now he's kind of leaning towards that, but that's not really the answer. So that's pretty much what's happened. That's pretty much what we've gathered from the chimney update.
That's the chimney update.
Exciting. It wasn't that exciting.
The chimney
It wasn't very
update.
rude.
Unfortunately.
It wasn't that exciting. It wasn't very rude. It was just, he literally was wondering what a woman would look like with an actual chimney on her.
It does make
go.
you think actually about a lot of 90s lyrics and just how fucking ridiculously bullshit they were.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, for sure.
And there's,
Loads of them are.
what is it? The I'm blue. That was weird.
Oh my god, there's a new version of that.
Why?
It's like the same music. It's not the same lyrics. It's like the same music.
Has someone just done
a
a
weird
drill remix of it?
And it plays on the radio at work, and I hear it all the time, and I fucking hate it, man. And there's 2 different horrible remixes of Fast Car that play that are fucking horrible. Anyway, I'm not falling down that rabbit hole again, moaning about songs I heard on the radio. We should go into Geezedropping because it sounds like we have Geezedrops this time.
Bumper. This is a bumper.
I've got
bumper
Geezedrops.
edition.
I've been sent Geezedrops. You've got Geezedrops, and you've been sent Geezedrops. Geezedrops galore. Geezedrops, and we heard snippets of a conversation heard by you, us, reading out that context. Geezedrops, what have you heard? What have you heard?
Geezedropping. Having a listen.
What have you heard, Greg?
What have I heard? I've heard a couple of things.
I have heard a few.
Right, okay. Should we start
I don't know what I'll do. I don't know if I want to do... I think I'm going to do... readers. I'm going to do listeners' contributions first, I think.
Okay. Well, in that case... actually, I think... When I say I've got a few contributions, I only have... I have mine and then one from Fran is the actual one.
Okay.
Okay,
I've got...
Maybe let me do my one from Fran. You do yours, your listeners, and then we'll both end with our own ones we've heard. All right, I'll start with Fran's because I found Fran's hilarious.
Good. All right.
I did screenshot it.
Shout out, Fran.
Now,
thank you as always.
Now, this she heard at a hardcore gig, and it was a couple who were proper arguing, and she screamed this into the guy's face. She was not Fran, who she saw. This woman screamed this into the person's face and stormed off. And what she screamed was, I can do a 1,000-piece puzzle in 2 days. Stormed off, screamed it in his face, and stormed off. I can do a 1,000-piece puzzle in 2 days. How dare you question otherwise?
Do you reckon that was really the context of the argument?
100%. Because
I think
that's the kind of shit people get angry about.
I think he's just broken up with her and she's trying to sell her good values.
Yeah. You want to give up this? I can do a 1,000-piece jigsaw puzzle in 2 days.
Remember!
That's the kind of shit people do get angry about, though. If someone's like, no, you can't. Yes, I fucking can. You get angry over
2 days? A day, surely.
Well, I don't know. Maybe she has jobs.
Well, I mean, yeah. No, I mean, on a day off. I feel like if you had a day off, you could do 1,000
I
pieces.
don't know, a 1,000-piece jigsaw.
Fucking
Jesus,
just devote your day to it. Fuck it. If it takes 12 hours, it takes 12 hours.
I would want to devote my day to a jigsaw.
Why not? Fucking scared? Scared it's going to take you longer than 2 days?
I don't really like jigsaws. I don't really have the patience for jigsaws.
I
don't mind helping Indiana out with hers, but they keep they've got about 8 pieces.
You still get a little bit of stress by it. It's only 12 pieces. This shouldn't be this difficult.
It won't fit in the place. Damn it! I should see those ones in the shop, like the baked bean ones, and I'm just like, why?
Well, fucking. I mean.
Do you do puzzles? Are you a puzzle man?
No, I don't like spend a lot of my time doing anything. In all honesty, so.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
But yeah, puzzles is not high on my list.
Puzzles aren't high on my list either.
I can't believe. Maybe it was like a lockdown thing. I feel like
they obviously gained a lot of momentum during
puzzles
lockdown.
in lockdown. I
sure.
feel like is a thing.
Yeah. During lockdown, it became because no one else had nothing else to do.
That's true.
Puzzles did become a thing during lockdown. I bet the puzzle industry before they were down and out, and then lockdown kicked in.
They're like, thank God for this debilitating virus.
Thank
I
God.
love you.
Right, go for your listeners, Joe. What have you got?
So I got first one here is from Maren. She says this is a Geezedrop at Lidl in Peak District. I think she was there on a little jaunt.
Yes.
Just simply says here, there's a time and a place for being a ninja, and now is not it.
I like that one.
It is good.
I like that one a lot. Time and a place for being a ninja. Now is not it. I thought that she did send me one. Maybe I've already read hers.
I think there's
that
feels like
that's
great.
great.
A kid just fucking about and his mum getting absolutely vexed by it, isn't it?
Oh, she did send me a Geezedrop. Well, I'll do it later. But yeah, sorry. I like that. Now there's a time and a place for being a ninja, and now is not it. Do you reckon that's someone talking to their kid?
Absolutely, 100%.
Because the one she sent me was a kid as
really?
well.
Maybe it was the kid's ninja response.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's just hope she actually said ninja.
There's these toys you can get. They've been around for a while, but I see them a lot in the toy shop, especially in all toy shops, especially in the proper kids area. Fart ninjas, and they're like little toy cartoony ninjas. And when you walk past them, they sense you and they fart. So when you pass the shelf of them, about 20 of them go.
Nice. I like that. I'm still completely entertained by farts at the age of 38.
Oh, of course, 100%, 100%. Yeah.
Continuing on with guest submissions.
Guest dropping.
Guest dropping. Luke Warren sent me an absolute bumper.
Oh yes,
amount.
go on, Luke Warren. Go on, Luke Warren. Hope the leg's doing all right.
Oh God, yeah. Fucking hell. I can't believe he's been pretty active for a man with a fucking leg injury. He went to the last podcast.
Yeah. He went to watch last
Lucy
podcast
told me
Life.
yesterday. Apparently, the tickets for last podcast were £85.
What this time? Wow.
It's fucking high, mate.
Yeah, that is high.
It's like it's not U2. You know what I mean? Like it's not like fucking hell. But yes, yeah, Luke, shout outs. Thanks for this bumper amount. Hope you had a good time last podcast on the left the other night. And apparently from this Goldie looking chain at the New Cross Inn.
Oh yeah, we saw Goldie looking chain.
We did. We saw him in Staines.
We've seen both the live acts Luke Warren has sent us. Has mentioned to us.
That
recently.
one in Staines was fucking awkward.
Similar.
That one in Staines was fucking awkward.
Yeah, it was
so fucking awkward. So yeah, I think he said that this was. Hang on, he did say somewhere. So he sent me a bunch of them, and he says he sent me two. Sorry, and then he goes from the Goldie looking chain gig tonight. Both of them were a woman around mid-40s. Mate, she's a fountain of Geezedrops. And then he then sent me 3 others that he heard from her. So the first one, nice and light on this. It says, "You know what I mean? I speak to the Gravesend office, and they sound like me."
That's what they sound like in Gravesend.
She then this again also by the same woman. I'm not Geezedrop, but I'd fucking chin you.
Oh, I like that one. Fucking hell.
That's good.
I'm not a Geezedrop, but I fucking chin you. Go on.
It does say here that apparently she said she'll persevere through. She's got a giant clam. These are all strange things to be saying.
I'll persevere through.
She's got a giant clam.
Oh, right, Jesus.
It's like a, you know, like, do you remember like Blind
Big
Date
vagina.
when people used to say weird things on Blind Date?
Yeah, that would be a very weird thing to say on a blind
Yeah.
date. All right, Scylla, I'll persevere through. She's got a big clam. Oh, my chuck.
Okay, yeah. So he did. He said he missed the last bit of the last Geezedrop. He said it just. But this was what was said before it. I know that my relationship with my boy mates, it's sound. There's no fucking at all.
I know. Oh, this is a girl talking about her relationship with her boyfriend.
No, with like her mates.
Boys.
Yeah, her mates that are blokes. There's no
Right,
fucking
there's no
at all.
Fucking.
That was great. That was a
Okay, that's
kind of
good.
makes me want to go to Goldie Looking Chain again. Just to
Yeah, exactly. Fuck yeah.
thank you.
Find this
Thank you
person.
very much, Luke. That was absolutely fantastic.
Marin sent me one saying, "Hey, Daddy, that person is similar to my mummy." And the dad said as a reply, "Who's prettier, her or mummy?"
Jesus,
Dangerous
that is a
game,
fucking
mate. Dangerous game.
Vicious game. If he said that woman, is he just going to go and try it on with her? Don't tell mummy that
Hey, Daddy.
don't tell mummy that I talked to that lady in the supermarket, will you?
I think the actual wording was, "Hey, Daddy, that person is similar than my mummy," because they're a little
Yeah.
kid. And Marin was like, "That isn't that the cutest Geezedrop?" And I was like,
Kid
Drop,
drop, nice.
Kid Drop,
My name
Also,
is
Dad,
Kid.
Drop." And then the dad was like, "Oh, who's prettier, her or mummy?" Obviously, the answer was mummy because
obviously.
you got to play it carefully. My Geezedrops, I heard. I heard some annoying kids on the bus getting on. They were the kids. One of them, again, a kid I always see on the bus that usually triggers these Geezedrops. But as they got on, I just heard one of them say, "I like electric things."
Right. Okay. Okay.
I like electric
Okay.
things.
Fair.
This one I overheard in the pub. I'm 30 and my partner is 50, so our TV choices differ.
Sunday nights must be a fucking nightmare in their house.
So our
soon-
TV choices differ.
As soon as she hears that Antiques Roadshow music, she's like, "Oh God,
Oh,
it means
God.
work tomorrow." That's what I associate the Antiques Roadshow music with.
Oh,
It's like it's the end of Sunday, and that means
Yeah,
school.
the end of
that
the
means
week,
school
yeah,
is
end of the
tomorrow. I
weekend.
was just like,
Yeah, London's burning for
"Oh
me.
no, fair. I get that."
When I was a
Yeah,
kid.
man. Antiques Roadshow. That fucking music. I was
London's
like,
burning
"Fuck,
for
man,
me.
what a bummer." Do you have more?
This one I heard yesterday. Some woman just in the crowd in Kingston just heard walking past. "Can you stop swinging that in people's faces?"
Yes, yes. She was absolutely talking about a cock. Absolutely.
Can you stop swinging that in people's faces? Whoa,
Like, whoa,
golly.
boy, whoa.
Hey, whoa. I like to swing my dick in people's faces.
Yes. That's not what I meant. She shouts out to everyone listening.
So this one was two old people talking. One of them had a phone in their hand, and she showed the woman showed like her like fella. They were again quite old. A video on her phone, and the guy looked at it, didn't really react emotionally, but walked away. And as he walked away, he looked back and just said, "I don't know how you can watch something like that and expect everyone to be happy."
What did he get shown?
No fucking clue what
His
she
wife
showed him.
just pulled out a decapitation video. Just
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"Here, look at this. Look at that. It's on my Facebook."
I don't know how you can watch something like that and expect everyone to be happy about it.
Right. What was it? The 9/11 footage or something?
Why do you keep showing this to me?
It's been 12 years. 11 years.
Why do you keep showing this to me?
I was there.
I said it before, but when I was at that wedding, like many, many, many years ago, and that guy was showing me the fucking video of those people getting beheaded.
That's
and he's
intense.
like, "Oh, come on!" But after a hard, shitty day at work, come home, crack open a beer, watch a few of these, and you realise your life isn't that bad. I get what you're saying. I get I get the logic you're applying to this. I get it, but there's other ways. Just thinking it is
Have
other
a
ways.
wank.
I don't need to watch it.
Have a wank.
But that was when he had the phone in front of my face, and I could just see over his phone in the bar. We're in this hotel for the wedding. I could see like out the other side of the bar, across the bar into the bar behind it. I could just see fucking Popeye or whatever it was on TV. I could just see I couldn't hear it. Just see Simon Cowell's head, and I was staring at Simon Cowell's head instead of the beheaded phone. The headed one on the phone, being like, "Oh yeah, that's rough. Yeah, whoo-wee."
Oh, he felt that, didn't he?
Oh, I can't believe that's happening. Holy shit.
Was that your last one?
That's me. I'm Geez. I've dropped my Geez.
Geezed out. Well, to finish us off, I've got a few here.
And these ones that you've heard with your own ears?
With my very own ears, my friend. With my very own ears.
Own ear Geezedrops.
I was out having a walk in the park the other day, and I just heard a bloke go, "You absolute knobhead." Man was talking to his dog, which I thought was really good.
Nice.
I think his dog had got dirty or something, or just rolled in something, and he was like, "Oh, you absolute knobhead." It was great. These next two come from the same train journey, which is really, really good. The first one I heard, these two girls sat on like the 4 seats that I was in, and I overheard one girl. So this is girl 1. She said, "Oh, I feel really bad because I have to fire this guy." Girl 2, "Why does she feel bad?" Girl 1, "Oh, his wife has cancer."
Ooh.
She said it so nonchalantly.
Ooh.
It's so fucking rough. So I heard that, and then as I was approaching Kingston, I heard I heard one lad say, "Me and Kanye West have a lot in common." To which his friend responded, "Mate, did you just say you hate Jewish people?" Which was good. I really like that, because then he backtracked immediately. He was like, "No, I don't mean that." Like,
wow, Jesus Christ! And that was oh my god, wow, Jesus. Were those your Geezedrops? Did you have any more stashed away?
That is my 3 that I heard.
Wow, fucking hell, well placed.
Thank you. I don't think we've had that many Geezedrops ever.
Well, we have, but it's been a while. I swear we did pretty much most of an episode of Geezedrops once.
We did. We did do something like that, or maybe we just donated.
Donated.
we just gave a lot of the episode time to it. I think we had like literally a catch up, and then we were like, "Do you want to do some Geezedrops?" We've been going on for a bit.
Yeah, well, Geezedroppy. I had a message. Fuck it. I am struggling this episode, people. I do apologise. Joe gave me every opportunity to not record this evening, because I was feeling unwell. But I was like, I just kind of want to get it in the bag, because I've got a busy week and stuff, and it works out on a Sunday to get it done. Maybe the algorithm's just doing this to me because I keep clicking on these stories. But recently I saw another news article about a mum naming her baby. Something that stood out. This mum has said that she has no regrets and doesn't care what anyone thinks. Good for her. That's the way you should be when you give a child a
Yeah, it's not about anyone else. It's about you and your child.
But her daughter's name was based upon the second coronavirus lockdown in 2021, after they've been trying to start they spent a year trying to start a family, and in the second lockdown she fell pregnant.
Congratulations.
So they named their daughter after a lockdown.
What do you mean?
They called her Lockie after lockdown. Lockie. Lockie, Lockie, after lockdown.
I mean, I guess it's not bad. It's not newsworthy.
It's not bad until you explain why it's
not
called
newsworthy.
It's not bad until, like, So we named her Lockie for lockdown. We really liked the name, and lockdown was a good time in our lives because it was so relaxing.
Oh, clearly
People might not
none of
like-
their parents fucking died then.
People might not like the name, but I don't care what they think. Good, that's the way it should be. You got to stick to that. You got to stick to that shit.
Yeah, I mean,
But I thought I'd bring that one up because I was like, oh, that's an interesting one. A name
it's
I've not
not
heard.
like that doesn't annoy me as much as some of the other fucking names that we've had on this show.
Oh no, for sure.
I'm
Yeah, no,
still-
that's
I'm-
what I mean. It's just the fact that it was named after.
I'm still losing sleep over Amethyst.
Oh my god, Amethyst Stone.
Fucking bitch.
And she's Amethyst Stone. God, I haven't seen her for a while. I wonder what she's up
probably.
to nowadays.
I don't know. Maybe she's gone sentient or something, and I don't know.
I don't know what she's up to. You messaged me about this whole chess sex toy scandal. Now, I did have a story for this, and it's been on our list of stuff to talk about for ages. And I don't even know if I feel like the information you were talking about has gone on beyond the article I have here.
I just saw.
But-
I saw during the week just an update, which was that the.
All right, so before you do your update, I'll tell you what I had here. So, this story. Now, you may have seen this. In fact, this was all. I had this on here longer because there was a first story about this. This was the second one that came out, and it was a teen chess grandmaster Hans Nilman had been spotted having a full body scan before entering the US Chess Championships, following claims he could have cheated using anal beads.
I don't.
I
Now,
know it's because
I know.
When I first heard it, I was just like, I mean, chess is not my thing, so to spice it up a little does make sense.
Yeah, but what anal beads to cheat though? Like, what's suspicion arose when the 19-year-old was accused of cheating by world champion Magnus Carlsen without even concentrating on the game. Rumours suggested he could have used vibrating anal beads controlled by an outside who was telling him what moves to make. However, he has said he is willing to play naked to prove doubters wrong.
I mean, that
Right,
just,
so
that to
somebody
me-
was controlling the vibrating anal beads. That
Yeah.
like
It's like that scene.
So
Do
the
you know, like
vibrations-
the scene in Casino?
my god, like more Morse code and
You know,
shit
like
through
yeah.
anal
So you
beads.
remember the film Casino? And there's like they're like there's that one scene where they're like questioning someone at one of the tables, and they're just like, he hasn't lost. He's playing small hands, but he keeps winning.
Yeah.
And then they take him out back, and what it is like they take his trousers down, and he's got like a fucking set up on his leg where someone's doing Morse code telling him what the dealer's got because they're sat behind the fucking set. Like the setup's mental just for this one person to cheat. And then they're just like, they take him out the back and they're just like, which is your writing hand? And he says my right. So he fucking does his left in or like
Ooh,
fucking
yeah,
hammers
yes, yes.
his hand. Like, and it's just like, oh God. Casino made me terrified, mate. This Casino was like the
of just going to casinos.
yeah, Casino was just like terrifying. It was just like, I don't want to be involved in this life whatsoever. But now I do want to go to Vegas. So
Right, I've googled chess cheat. Let's
I
see.
typed in chess drama, and it was the first thing that came up.
Yeah, so we got what we got here. God, they look bored. And useless.
It's fucking chess, man.
Go away. What is all this? Right, okay. So this is. I'm in the Wall Street Journal here. Holy
Oh
shit!
shit! I had I ended up on Vice. My article I pulled from Vice. I feel like that's a news outlet that I can trust.
Wow. Okay, so when Mr. Nyman beat 31-year-old Mr. Carlsen weeks after a prestigious September tournament in St. Louis, Mr. Carlsen was stunned after the jarring upset. Mr. Carlsen quit the tournament in protest, setting the world on fire, the chess world on fire, not the actual world. So after the accusation, this article very tastefully tiptoes around the whole anal beads vibrating up arsehole accusation and just says accusation. But then on Thursday last week, Mr. Nyman filed a $100 million federal lawsuit against Mr. Carlsen for the slander for basically accusing him of cheating the way he did. Fucking hell, that's a big fucking... Maybe he wasn't. I mean, that is a crazy fucking extreme accusation to make.
It's a hell of an accusation. Like
But it sounds so ridiculous that there must be something to it. I mean, I'm not saying there is, but he must have thought there was something to that. Because where did you just pluck that out of the air? Unless that's something they do in chess. That's part of the whole. That's like a standard cheating. That's a standard cheat in chess to stick vibrating fucking beads up your ass and let someone else control them for you.
So Carlsen, who is like the world champion, I think he's basically been on like this undefeated streak for quite a while, from what I remember from the original thing. And then this 19-year-old kid's just come in and absolutely fucked him, like. It's in layman's terms. I got here. There's a thing that says Neyman's lawsuit claims that Carlsen, the top-ranked chess player in the world, is notorious for his inability to cope with defeat, and that he viciously and maliciously retaliated against Neyman by falsely accusing Neyman without any evidence of somehow cheating during the Sinkfield Cup chess tournament last month when Neyman defeated Carlsen in a decisive upset.
Jesus. Okay. Yeah, that was much more now on the head than my fucking Wall Street Journal I was reading.
Thanks, Vice.
Jesus.
So yeah, like it's ongoing. I mean, for me, it's the new Agatha Christie fucking case.
That should be it.
This is it.
And the vibrating alien.
Oh, she passed away.
No, Agatha Christie didn't pass away.
No, I'm thinking.
Well, she did, but many years ago.
I'm thinking the fucking woman. Who's the actress?
Yeah.
Murder, She Wrote.
What was her name again? Everyone's like, it's blah, blah, blah.
Audrey.
Oh, actually. But you know what? Before we answer that reminds me, Ashley sent me a voice message kind of about this. Is this it? About this.
I do apologise to you, Mr. Armstrong. I've been drinking a little more than usual.
Oh, no, here we go.
And
This is the one he sent me. Right. No. Go.
tonight's conversation went along the lines of, oh, you know that woman that played... what was it? Murder, She Wrote. And I think she was in Mary Poppins. I'm like, Jennifer something. yeah, Jennifer. Law? What was it? Lowry? Something like that. I'll look it up in a minute. She did. Oh, that's a way to do it.
She did. She did.
Jessica Lansbury or something, was it?
Murder, She Wrote. Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah, that just reminded me. I'm just like, wait a minute.
I've
heard someone talking about what their name was.
I want to say Angela Lansbury.
Yeah, that's what I just said, yeah.
Oh, but
I just
when
said
did you
that.
say that?
I'm pretty sure I just said that. I could
Well,
be
it is
wrong.
her. So
Yeah.
96.
Yes.
She was.
Ah,
97. Sorry,
and
97.
popular to contrary to belief, she didn't play a character called Murder, She Wrote.
Yep. She did not. She appeared in. God, that only went on for 12 years. She was in Murder.
Only?
Yeah, I don't know why I was so fucking basic about it.
Only?
Yeah, she was. Bed Knobs and Broomsticks was the Disney film she was in. She also played the teapot in Beauty and the Beast.
Yes, she did. Yes,
she was
correct.
also in Mary Poppins Returns in 2018.
Was she?
Yeah, it's the one with whatchamacallit.
I've seen it. I just don't remember her being in it, but I don't remember much about that film. To be fair,
Who cares? Who cares?
I don't remember.
Who cares?
I don't remember seeing much about that film.
So yeah, big old dramas in the chess world, and Angela Lansbury wasn't there to fucking solve the riddle.
Yeah, no, yeah, she wasn't there to solve the case.
Angela Lansbury in Murder, She Wrote.
Get me Angela Lansbury right now.
Murder, She Wrote.
Only
Checkmate.
Only she can solve the anal bead chess scandal.
Check.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm afraid she did.
Check.
Oh my god.
I want to say that instead of checkmate, it's check prostate, because that is exactly where that fucking
check my prostate.
That's where those anal beads were. Check prostate.
Check prostate. Check my prostate.
Check. And also, I'm going to come if we don't finish this game soon.
That should be like if Limp Bizkit had to do like,
Oh,
male health awareness week or something.
Funny enough, I rewatched the Woodstock fucking documentary last week.
Why?
I was
I'm not saying it was bad. Why?
It's a harrowing.
It's stressful.
It's a harrowing fucking documentary. I did skip the whole fucking like horrible Fatboy Slim set bit.
Oh yeah,
Couldn't go through. Couldn't watch that again. But it was like it's the first episode, man, with Korn. I've been on a massive Korn kick.
Yeah.
And like on the way back from Cornwall, I was in like a massive grunge fucking like mate. I was listening to the lot. I had a fucking absolute playlist on the go. It was like Pearl Jam, Silverchair, Bush, like fucking
all the bands you don't.
All the bands I don't listen to. And I was just like, fuck, man. I was alive in '94 listening to this exact music. Where the fuck was like? Why didn't I listen to this?
Was it that era of songs on the playlist you were listening to?
No, I was just kind of sort of skimming through of just like, mate, fucking
right,
bands. What bands do I remember? Because in the
what bands do I do that a lot. I sit there in front of Spotify. What bands do I like?
It's hard, mate. It's hard to fucking put yourself in that position and be like, it's just fucking. It's better to have a playlist and be like, yeah, this sounds alright. Yeah, no. So in that first episode of that Woodstock show, it's like obviously so Korn go on, and like Korn at this time were like the biggest fucking band, like they were huge. Like Korn were like in 1999, Korn were fucking enormous.
Oh yeah, man! Holy
and
shit!
They weren't,
man.
they weren't even headlining the fucking like first night. But the crowd that was there and like the footage of like that is just fucking ridiculous. I just love watching it.
Yeah.
But then literally afterwards, there's the whole thing of just like, oh yeah, so we finished, and then like Bush came out and headlined the night, and it's just like, oh, what a tough act to fucking follow.
Yeah, man.
But there was.
I mean, it is strange, but in America, Bush were fucking huge in America. Like, I didn't realize as a kid how big they were in America.
I wasn't a Bush fan at all. I knew who they were, but I was just like, But then there's the song that they fucking show like the footage of is them doing, what is it, Swallowed?
Oh yeah.
Swallowed.
Yeah, probably one of my least favourite Bush songs.
I quite liked it.
One of their biggest singles, one of my less favourite Bush songs. Their first album, 16 Stone, whatever it's called. I love that album. That's one of the only Bush albums where I almost like every song. Mm-hmm. Second album, half and half, and then from then on onwards, it then just becomes less good songs on each album as it goes on. Yeah.
I mean, that's a case with a lot of bands. Like,
I guess so, but I always stuck out with me with Silverchair, with Bush specifically, it happening. Like, it always kind of stuck with me. Like, it always a lot of filler. I used to think. But saying that, Bush was still a huge band for me as a kid in a weird way. A lot of those '94 bands were, but from Woodstock and stuff. A lot of I would have loved.
Yeah,
it would have been terrifying, but there's a lot of bands on there I would love to see.
We would have died in the heat.
What's the other big tour?
We would have died in
the Family Values.
The Family Value, because
the Limp Bizkit and Korn were the big. Because I remember Lee had a CD. It came in like a packet. You had like a foil packet you had to open, and the CD case was like hot fucking pink, with like the Family Value sticker on it, and it had like bubble gum in it and stuff. It was fucking cool, man. It was really fun. I was really jealous that he had this fucking CD because it looked awesome.
Yeah, they did. So they literally, I think it was like Korn and Limp Bizkit and like fucking
there was a whole
Orgy. There was a like
Orgy were on. Yeah, Orgy were on there.
I've been watching a lot of Korn shit on YouTube, like old shit.
Orgy. Holy fuck, I forgot all about Orgy.
Because Head is back in the band now.
Yeah. I said this to someone the other day.
So I found something on, I think it was, I guess like whenever they do an album, they release like a DVD of them like making the album and shit like that, which is cool to watch. Like I like that sort of shit. And it all starts off with like them playing a random show, like doing a random festival, and they start doing blind, so the fucking cymbal comes in. Mm-hmm. And then like John goes over to the side of the stage and he's just like, this side of the stage has been pretty fucking empty for a long fucking time. And then Head just comes out and just plays, and then it's the whole story of why he was there, like all like the interaction and stuff, and it's just like, because I remember from like,
did he fall off the wagon or something and then just go back to the band?
No, not at all. Not at all. No, he was. He's still very much sober.
Oh right, okay.
He left the band to like
Be a minister.
he
or
no,
something,
so he like found God and stuff like through like rehabilitation, which is understandable. But like he left the band literally because he had like a kid. Like he had a
Oh,
fucking
right.
a child that just like his wife just fucking bailed and just like
Oh right,
left
okay.
this kid alone, and it was just like I can't be in this band. I've got to like make this. I've got to like bring this child up, and that also like helped with him like kicking drugs and.
Yeah,
'cause he was
yeah.
like a fucking
Okay.
meth head. Like it's just like.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, a lot of the work.
But it's no. He said like he was at this festival that Korn were headlining, with his daughter because she wanted to see some bands, and they found out and it was a whole like sort of reconciliation and yeah, it was nice to see.
I'm just googling how many albums have Korn had.
I think it's 10. I think
How many albums Korn?
it's Korn.
Jesus Christ. There's a lot. There's a loads here.
Yep.
Hang on. So annoyingly, they're not in order, which is very, very
That is
annoying.
annoying. I mean, I could tell you.
Life is Peachy, right?
Life is Peachy was the
first
no.
one, right?
Korn self-titled is the first one. Life is
Korn
Peachy is
self-titled?
second. Follow the Leader third. Issues fourth. Untouchables fifth, and then after that,
God, was Untouchable? My God, Untouchables was 2002. God, it was 21 years
Yep.
ago. I still think of that as a new album.
It's the last
Like-
one that I really paid attention to.
Yeah, it's the last one that I didn't really even care about that
No.
one. I liked the first single they released with the big TV. That was the tour. I
Like
saw
yeah.
them on.
And then like the whole fucking screen dropped down and shit. Like yeah, I remember.
Yeah. My God, they've released a lot of albums.
man.
God, but I've got all ones you've mentioned, and then I've got like again in no particular order. Take a Look in the Mirror,
Yeah.
The Nothing, See You on the Other Side, The Serenity of Suffering, Requiem, The Pandadori, whatever that was, The Path of Totality, Need Mayor's Mind, Who Then Now, Another Thing, then loads of live albums.
Who then now was? I swear that was their like
97.
DVD or like their fucking video that they released.
Oh, it could be. I used to watch that. at
Yeah, I
least.
used to watch it a lot. I used to fucking piss myself laughing.
Oh, here we go. How many albums does Korn have? The discography of American new metal band Korn consists of 14 studio albums, 3 live albums, 8 compilation albums, and 7 video albums.
Jesus.
And 3 extended plays. 46 singles and 10 promotional singles and 51 music videos.
Fucking hell. They're all got to be like close to 50 now as well.
What is the darkest Korn album?
The first one.
They say Requiem, the one that came out last year.
Of course they do. Yeah. Yeah, of course they do.
What are Korn fans called? Doesn't say anything, just says Korn.
Just Korn.
What are Korn fans called?
Korn.
Some of these are so funny. Things people who would Google. It's like suggested. It's like here are some searches that are commonly searched searches that are similar to what you're searching, and one of them is like, is Korn any good? I mean, I don't think that's always a question Google can answer.
Do you
for
mean like
right?
dietary or?
Oh, here's a good guy. What is Korn's highest selling album?
I think it's
It's
Follow
pretty
the Leader.
obvious. It is
Yeah.
Follow the Leader.
I was a
100%.
massive Korn fan. Like it was like bands that like I gave a shit about in like my younger days was like Metallica, and then again that kind of just sort of weaned off, and then like Korn, and then it was like
Yeah.
Avenged Sevenfold. I think those are like that I took like a massive interest in, and now
Yeah, Korn did event. Korn were a late. I was a bit of a late bloomer of Korn. I was always a bit like. I tried to fight my new side. It scared me.
my I had an older friend who was 2 years older than me, and
an older friend who was 2 years
Obvious-
older than me. I had an older friend who was 2 years younger than me.
and he was like playing drums, so he always had like new music to learn and shit. And then he showed me Korn one day. I was just like, wow, this is fucking wow. I think he showed me like Shoots and Ladders,
Yeah,
and then
I used to see him on like get the record. I used to see him on Korn, MTV,
Mm-hmm.
or the somebody would record the videos of the German MTV, and then I'd see all these new bands.
Oh
on.
yeah.
That's how I discovered an English London band. Well, they weren't London, they were Bristol, weren't they? But anyway, an English band I discovered because of German MTV. So fucking weird,
bizarre.
isn't it?
So fucking bizarre.
weird.
I think I went for a phase of like just going like through Kerrang, and like if they this is how I found Avenged Sevenfold, and it wasn't even like, you know, they had the album review fucking section, and you always had like the head fucking biggest album that week was always there, and then you'd have little articles like spread around. One of the little articles was Avenged Sevenfold, and it had a 5-star review, and I was just like, well, it's not like, I have no idea who this band are, but like one of them's wearing a Misfits t-shirt, and they all kind of look a bit fucking gothy, and it's 5 stars. I better go and check this out. And that was for the longest time. That's how just I chose music.
Right,
So like that, I like Poison the World got like a 5-star review. I was like, okay.
Oh my
well,
god, Poison the
I
Well.
fucking love Poison. That fucking album. What was it? You Come Before You.
Lee gave me the album. Lee gave it.
That's
to
still
me.
one of my favorite albums. It's fucking great. That
Yeah.
Deftones.
Is that the one that started with? I mean, what's the one that started with that? Because I adore her. Boom.
Not that.
There was one that started like that. That was a Poison the Well, and a really old one Lee gave me.
Yeah, that might have been an older one.
Yeah, it was an older one. Then it went into just Poison the
Yeah.
Well, but it started with this weird. I believe being like he heard that this band was he saw them live or something. It was like, oh, they're really fucking heavy, and he bought their new album. Took it into Natterjack's to be like where he worked, and was like, put this on, it's really heavy. And then it literally started with them hitting an open chord, being like, because I adore her. And everyone was like, what the fuck is this? And it went off. But I don't think he even bought I think someone else bought the album in, and they were like, turn it off. And it didn't even get a proper play, but Lee was like, oh, can I have that?
Yeah. I'll give that an investigation.
I'll give that a go. Eventually it made its way
Yeah,
to
I
me.
saw them at Reading in like 2003. They were really fucking good. Really fucking good. And that was just how I fucking got interested in music. I actually trusted someone to review music, and trusted their fucking opinion on
I
it.
used to buy those albums reviewed in like Kerrang and shit.
Or like I used to go after that started failing. I used to just go to like HMV and just like look in the metal section and like pick out an album that I liked.
I like that
That's
cover.
it. That was all it was, and it was usually because it was like something was on fire on the album cover, and I was like, well, this has got to be heavy as fuck. If something's on fire, it's got to be heavy as fuck.
I'm pretty sure that's how I ended up with a Jack Off Jill album. I like the album cover.
What was it? There was a band. I want to say Unearthed.
Oh, I know. I recognise a band
Unearthed.
called Unearthed.
They were good. That was a heavy fucking album. I like that. That was kind of like it was like sort of 80-ish sort of thrash with like I don't know. It was just
Unearthed UK metal.
Oh, they weren't a UK band.
Oh, is it Unearthed? Or was it Unearthed?
Unearthed, ED at the end.
Yeah, that's what I've got. I'm just getting. Oh, they must have changed. I'm just getting Unearthed.
Well, that's not what I was looking for.
Just getting Unearthed. Unearthed is an American heavy metal band from Boston, Massachusetts, formed in 1998. They have 7 studio albums.
They do.
But they're called Unearthed, not Unearthed. Interesting.
Maybe I was wrong.
Maybe. Who knows? It's neither near or there. It's in the past. It's in the past.
Here, there, and everywhere.
It's in the past. Listen, listeners. I know we've been a mixed match episode. It's my fault because I've not been feeling great, and I've been really pushing myself to keep talking. When all I do is actually just stop and just listen to Joe talk and just be like,
Just give me something to talk about, and I'll talk about it for another.
And then we've whizzed through stories, and then I've just ended up talking about forgetting we were podcasting, just like Googling Korn albums and reading them out to Joe.
That's all right. This is content of some sort.
Everyone's like, before we do call it a day, I want to give a quick thanks shout out to Andy Gow. Thank you. You sent a very nice message last week on Facebook, and I really appreciate it. And definitely planted the seed of another Nick Cage episode.
Oh, yes.
I do need to see that unbearable weight of massive talent film before I think we can proceed with such an episode.
You're right. Ideally, what I'd like to do is for you and me to watch it together, but we've got the Zoom mic in front of us just to sort of like, so we've got like
I don't know, like a conversation or whatever we got. Like if
Yeah, we'll get strike for the film on in the back.
no, that's all right. We'll wear headphones.
Oh, right.
That's how we're gonna get past that, Greg.
We'll just put it out as like a commentary on YouTube.
Yeah.
You can play it, you can watch it with
You know,
us.
DVD commentary. Well, we've done our own for a film that we
We're
were not
basically
involved in
doing-
whatsoever.
Mate, the other day I was talking to some guys, young guys at work, and Real McCoy came on the radio another night, and I was obviously just like, oh, fucking tune, and they're like, never heard of this song, and I'm just like, just another night, another vision of you, and they're like, wow, and I was like,
Oh,
and I was just like, man, Now 27 was the best CD. Like, fucking one of the best CDs ever. And they were like, what the fuck? A CD?
Yeah.
Like, just like, oh, guys, come
Go
on, you know
on.
what I mean?
don't make me feel like
And
this.
they're like, now 27? Jesus, did they have CDs then? Did they have music then?
Did.
You were alive
Yeah.
then? Like, yeah, I was alive then.
This was all happening. This was all going on around the time, yeah.
It's funny, you joke around with guys at work and then you find out, then they're like, oh, I'm 19.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh. Good banter, good
Oh,
fun.
I bet,
but
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
like,
But then you're just like,
you're
oh,
just like,
I remember
Jesus.
being that.
I'm like, double your age. Double your age,
There you
sunshine.
go.
But yeah, it's been a mixed match episode, but it always is, isn't it? That's what we're here
That's
for.
what it is. There's
To mix and
yeah,
match.
well, you know, we just sort of just crack on and see how it goes, and we'll just make an episode out of it.
I'll have some fresh content for next episode, and hopefully I'll feel much better.
Fingers crossed. Well done,
I
well,
feel pretty fucking
well
rough.
done for getting through this one, mate.
For those wondering, by the way, I have this salt and lime beer lager is actually quite nice. I do occasionally get a weird after taste of salt, which is strange. Not like I've just got salt in my mouth. It sounds not in a bad way. That it's hard to describe, but I do get little tastes here and there. It just tastes like a beer to
Yeah.
me,
Doesn't like the actual like. It's not like a.
but a bit
It's
lighter.
not like an Amigos or a Desperado or.
No, it doesn't taste like that. No, it tastes a bit lighter than actually. But yeah, it's quite nice, quite nice. Although I've barely drunk any of it, but it's quite nice. I will finish
Well, there
that
you go.
this evening.
That's what's Greg's thoughts on his drinks.
I
I
can
went
see
with.
Joe, I can see Joe's holding his zoot, so that means episodes come.
I
to
was
the
under
end.
the assumption. I mean.
It is. Yeah. Watch out, your mum doesn't walk in,
Oh,
Joe.
mate. Oh, let's tell that story quickly. Fuck yeah. So, obviously, I live at home. Otherwise, I'd be homeless. If that's a problem with you, get fucked.
For those who've listened to the podcast for many years, you've been fully aware of all the movements of Joe's living life.
And my general inhaling activities as well.
Yes.
So, yeah, the other night, I was rolling a zoot, and Mum decides it's time to go to bed, so she comes upstairs. She walks into my room to tell me something, and it's all just spread out. It's there.
Did she just open the door?
Well, no, like,
unannounced?
so I'm like getting up to like try and like stop her from walking in, which was bait. It's so fucking obvious. Like, it was really bad. And then she was just like, "What are you trying to hide?" And I was just like, "What?" And she was just like looked over the side. She was like, "What's that?" And I was just like, "What?" She was like,
But did she like open the door?
"The door was opening."
Or was the
door
door-
was opening,
Right.
and I was stood up and I tried to like block the view.
Right. Okay.
Like, so already,
Oh, nothing.
already suspect. Already suspect.
I'm naked
Yeah.
in here, butt naked.
So that happened, and then so she looked past me and was just like, "What's that?" And I was just like, "You're rolling a spliff," and I was like, "No, it's a." I was like, "Yeah, I'm rolling a spliff." I was like, "Fine, let's have this awkward conversation."
Let's do it.
But it
Let's
was
do
like,
it.
and then so it was just like that happened. I was just like, "Oh, I'm gonna get like something's gonna be said now. I'm gonna get some sort of lecture." And she was just like, "Could have been worse. Could have walked in on you wanking."
Did she actually say wanking? That's amazing.
And I was just like, you know what? Now I know which you'd prefer to walk in on. That's absolutely fine.
I'll try and make sure it's the rolling of the weed every
Yeah, not a
time.
problem. I'll try and do.
Not the
I'll try and do
wanking.
both at the same time. So
Or maybe really try and flip the script and you walk in on her wanking, not your mum wanking. No, I mean you wanking as you enter the room.
what are you gonna do about this?
Like your mum's downstairs watching TV and you just walk in
Yeah.
wanking. Mum!
I got splooge for you.
Could have been worse. I could have walked in rolling a spliff.
The walk wank. I don't think that's even easy. That the walk wank is not a thing.
There was a line, something you said this episode, which I thought could be a title. Something you said about puzzles or jigsaws. I have to look into it. You said something like jigsaws are not my not top of my priorities. It could have been something like that, or not top of my. You said something like that. I have to try and find
Alright.
it. But that could be a good episode
Okay.
title. Other than that, I don't know.
What about artwork?
But yes, I would say yes for the artwork. I'd say that. Someone at work, some of the young guys actually tried to find dice rollers on Spotify, and one of them came across All Seeing Guys podcast.
Oh,
instead.
not bad.
So a couple of them have been listening.
Well,
I don't know if they've made it through a whole episode yet, but they did say they were enjoying it.
hello to Greg's co-workers.
Young'uns.
Good lads.
Yeah, young
Your
scallywags.
scallywags.
Right, everyone, thank you for listening as
Oh,
always.
my niece and nephew found me on TikTok the other day, so there was that was.
Oh yeah, wow! Look at
for my
he's on
for
TikTok.
my inappropriate content. Yeah.
It's so weird. Your TikTok just disappears from my thing completely.
Yeah, because I don't post all the
and
time.
all of a sudden, I see you like something of mine. I'm like, oh yeah. Then I click on it. So periodically, every few months, you'll just see me do a bulk like
Yeah.
because you never appear on my
I don't-
algorithm or my feed.
I
at
don't
all.
post on there often. It will just be like I'll see a video and I'll be like, oh, that'd be funny if I add that to it, and then I do it, and
Yeah.
it's not as, and I don't go viral, which is annoying in all honesty, because really that's what we're all aiming for on TikTok. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd hate to go viral.
I thought the video of my cat knocking over the figures would have done better.
See, I remember you share it, like you sent me that video, and it's just your, just like
Oh,
like
so
that's the
annoyed.
second
I'm
or
so
third time
annoyed.
that it's happened.
Yeah, so annoyed, but also hilarious just how perfectly framed the whole thing was, even though it wasn't meant to accidentally perfectly framed. Filming my behind the scene videos of my toy photography, and the cat just fucking just comes
Yeah,
in and
it's
knocks
so
them all
perfect.
over.
The zoom out,
I was
it's great. Love it. Wow. Gregory, it's been a pleasure as always.
It's always a pleasure. Always a pleasure. Oh, Jesus, sorry. That was.
We've got a soundboard now, have we?
That's Tom and Ant high frequency recording
Oh,
vocals. They put a snippet off of them recording. Obviously, they've reformed high
Yep.
frequency. They put a video out of Ant doing backing vocals, just shouting "fuck." And I commented saying, "Oh man, I miss recording music days." And they replied saying, "We should write a song that requires a rapper middle
Hey,
age."
do it. We're there. We've also got to get them on the
We'll be
fucking
there.
show before the end of the year as well.
Yep. I've said to them, we can record them anytime. It doesn't have to be for a certain episode number. We can just do a chat and then
We'll just
we
load
can
it
do
in.
an intro outro for anything
Yeah.
we want. Anyway, again, we're discussing future episodes that the customers, the listeners don't need to hear. I realise how long our ends of our shows have become.
Oh,
now.
yeah.
It's like a whole other episode.
Mate, it's great.
isn't
You
it?
just think you're just when you think you're at the finish line, we find a little extra.
A little extra. Right, thanks for listening. I've been Greg. Multiple Korn albums.
I guess I've been Joe Check Prostate Jackson.
Oh, lovely jubbly.
That's a chess
Go out on that
reference, by the
prostate.
way. That's not just me desperately
Yes,
asking
yes.
for you to check my prostate.
Bye.
The All Seeing Guys podcast is part of Podnose, the UK's leading independent entertainment podcasting network. For episode archives of the All Seeing Guys and all of the shows on the network, visit us at www.podnose.com. You can also follow us on Twitter via @podnose or send us an email via admin@podnose.com.